Hey guys, I am back in a different locale. I'm at my dad's house. And yes, my parents are divorced. But yes, I'm with my dad. He's a big nerd like me. We like her to be geeky and play with our gadgets, whatnot. And actually, I'm waiting for my cousin from Illinois, Northern Illinois, to come down. He loves the same stuff we do, and my stepbrother is coming from Springfield, Missouri, west of here, and we are going to bro out hardcore. I'm probably not going to get any sleep tonight. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to eat lots of pizza rolls, and my stomach's not going to like it. Anyways, no, this is probably going to be a shorter video. I didn't really have much go on today, although one thing did pop in my mind. I have not been to a show slash concert in a long time. And I love live shows of bands, especially the Screaming Damon ones. I love them. Um, you just get so much more out of seeing the band live instead of hearing them, on a CD or on your computer, because you see them and they're passionate about it. You see it in their eyes, and they love it and they enjoy it, which is why I want to do it so badly myself. Um, but yeah, man, just being able to sing along with them, and I'm sure they enjoy it just as much hearing their lyrics being sung to them as well. you know, I've played a few small shows. I had a metal band for a little while, and we played three, I think, and it was fun. Of course, I was incredibly nervous because I'm not too terribly self-conscious, but I'm pretty self-conscious about things I really, really like to do because I want to be good at it because I love doing it. And but it was fun nonetheless. I mean, playing in a band definitely has its pros and its cons, but um, that being said, I really want to go to a show so badly. I haven't been in a long time, and I just want to be in with a bunch of big, sweaty men, and just throw my arms around to metal. Man, I've had a little bit of stress going on lately, and it's a good release. Which, by the way, the whole thing with the 12-year-old at Warped Tour with Bring Me the Horizon, blah 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 blah, that is bullcrap. Because back in the 90s, when Marilyn Manson was the hardcore music back then, they tried to do that on him too. But that is more of the responsibility of the venue, or in this case, well, this Warped Tour is more of an outside event, so it's kind of harder to control. But there's still security out there. And another thing, I don't know if I was 12 years old, I'd be at the way back from a mosh pit, or even a crowd of people for that matter. I mean, for one thing, I was just scared of people at 12. And if you're just a little girl and you just want to go into a mosh pit with a bunch of sweaty dudes, like, that's just dumb, anyways. And also, the parents should have looked into it. If you're responsible parents, you would look into it, you'd see what it's like, and then you would tell your child to be cautious of it, you know. So, there's not really much more to be said there other than be cautious about where you go. Granted, it does cause a bad name because you want to feel safe at a place that you're paying to go to, but you know if you listen to these bands and you kind of look into the background of this style of music, moshing is a big part of it. in the metal genre. Now, granted, not all metal bands play at Warped Tour, but there are a lot of them. Um, yeah, so metal moshing. Moshing is just basically like when you nod your head to a pop song. You're just nodding your head to a pop song. That's the way you are expressing yourself whenever you listen to that song. Some people just sit there. I do that sometimes to certain types of music, but some types of music, I have to just move, man. I just get that groove in my body, you know. Sometimes I want to punch people. Sometimes I want to rub against people, if you know what I mean. But um, yeah, music and dancing goes with each other, and moshing and metal is the music and dancing. Moshing is dancing essentially. Yeah, you can say that's strange, but you know there's a lot of dances that are strange. Twerking, they're shaking their glutens to funky beats. Yeah. And then moshing is just, which there are several different types of moshing. I will inform you on that. There's ones where you're in a whole group and you're kind of punching against each other, but you're not doing it on purpose. You're just doing it to the music, and most of these guys are tough, burly men, so it doesn't really bother them all that much. And some people do it in a single stance where they're just kind of by themselves, kind of dancing like this, and they're not harming anyone because they're not flailing their arms, in a wide. Sometimes they do, but people are smart enough to move away. But mostly people stay in the right spot. Not the right spot, the same spot. And it's not that big of a deal because you can just stand 3 feet away from them and it's good. It's all about expression. Expression is a big part of our society, and that's all it is. They're not murdering people. You can get hurt, but there's a lot of common sense that goes into it. But yes, I would love to go to a show. Warped Tour is coming up, and me and my lady friend are going to go, and it should be awesome. Although I'd really love to go to an inside concert because it's going to be so hot in St. Louis. There's going to be so many people. I went in 2011. It was an amazing experience, but it was just so hot. I'm definitely going to have to bring lots of water and wear mesh clothes, which I got to be careful because I'm a bear dude, fair dude, fair dude. I'm basically ginger with some brown mixed into it, and that's not good. Gingers don't like outside. I don't like outside anyways. Um, but anyways, Warped Tour still has bands, and it's going to be crowds. There's going to be crowds, and it's going to be the same thing. I'm excited for it. There's a lot of bands I love that are playing there this year, a lot more than in 2011. So, if you haven't heard of Warped Tour, you should look into it because they have all kinds of music there. And there's lots of people to meet and lots of things to buy. So, inform yourself before going to places.